If you're expecting a baby, this story isn't just about pregnancy. It's about the quiet changes that happen inside a mother and how those changes can shape the little life that will one day look up to her. That night, she finally understood something she had been fighting against for months. Slowing down did not mean she was losing herself. It meant she was becoming someone new, someone who was preparing to become a mother. She didn't understand that at first. For weeks, frustration had quietly followed her through each day. Her body no longer moved the way it used to. Simple tasks took longer, and her energy disappeared before the day was even halfway over. Sometimes, she found herself asking a question she never wanted to admit aloud. Why can't I do what I used to? That question stayed with her until the house finally became quiet. The long noise of the day had faded. The dishes were done. The lights were dimmed. Outside the window, the city moved more slowly now, wrapped gently in the silence of the night. She sat beside the window with one hand resting softly over her growing belly. She was tired, not only in her body, but in her thoughts. It had been one of those difficult days. Small things had gone wrong from the morning itself. Messages left unanswered, plans delayed, unexpected worries appearing one after another. And through it all, she carried something she did not want to admit: frustration. Not because she was weak, not because she was ungrateful, but because life suddenly felt slower than before. Before pregnancy, she had been used to rushing, solving problems quickly, keeping everything organized, crossing one task off her list after another. She had measured successful days by how much she accomplished. But now, even getting through an ordinary afternoon sometimes felt like enough. And she struggled to accept that change. She wondered why something that once felt simple now required so much effort. Why her body was asking her to slow down when her mind still wanted to move forward. Outside, soft rain began falling against the window, steady, quiet, unhurried. She closed her eyes and simply listened. For the first time that day, she stopped trying to fix tomorrow. She simply listened to the rain. Slowly, her breathing became softer. She placed her hand a little more gently over her belly and whispered, "It's okay to slow down." The words felt unfamiliar, almost strange, because somewhere along the way she had learned to believe that her worth depended on productivity, on speed, on always being useful, on always moving. But pregnancy was quietly teaching her something different. Not every beautiful thing grows quickly. Some things need time: a baby, a heart, a family, a peaceful mind. Even the strongest trees begin as something small and unseen beneath the soil. She rested her head against the chair and allowed the silence to hold her. Her thoughts slowly drifted toward the little life growing inside her. This child could not be rushed, could not be forced, could not be hurried into becoming. Growth was happening every single day, silently, patiently, without asking for attention. And suddenly, she understood something. Perhaps motherhood had already begun. Not through hospital visits, not through parenting books, not through advice from others, but through this very season of waiting. It was teaching her patience. Not the kind of patience where someone waits while feeling angry inside, but the deeper kind. The kind that trusts timing. The kind that softens instead of forcing. The kind that believes every season has its purpose. She thought about how often people rushed through life, rushing conversations, rushing success, rushing healing, rushing love. always chasing the next moment without fully living the present one. Yet inside her, a tiny heart was growing quietly in darkness and warmth. It wasn't trying to become tomorrow. It was simply growing today. It didn't need pressure. It only needed care, consistency, peace, love. The rain outside became softer. The room felt warmer, and little by little, the heaviness she had carried all day began leaving her body. Not all at once, but slowly, like clouds drifting away from the moon. She placed both hands gently over her belly. For the first time in days, she stopped thinking about everything she had not finished. Instead, she thought about the kind of mother she hoped to become. A mother whose child would always feel safe telling the truth. A mother who listened before reacting. A mother who taught kindness not only through words, but through the way she lived every ordinary day. Then another quiet realization came to her. Children do not learn only from what we tell them. They learn from what they repeatedly see, from our reactions, from our presence, from the feeling our love creates. Perhaps this quiet moment was already changing the mother she was becoming, and one day, the patience, kindness, and peace she practiced would become the environment her child would grow up in. That thought changed something inside her. The night no longer felt heavy. It felt meaningful, as though this season of slowing down was not taking something away from her. It was building something within her: strength, awareness, gentleness, patience, qualities that would one day help shape another human life. Outside, the rain slowly came to an end. The world became still again. She stood up slowly, without guilt, without pressure, without frustration. She walked toward the bedroom. Before turning off the light, she looked one last time through the window at the quiet night sky. A small, peaceful smile appeared on her face. Softly, almost like a promise to herself, she whispered, "I will learn to grow gently too." Then she turned off the light, placed her hand peacefully over her belly, closed her eyes, and somewhere within that quiet darkness, a tiny life continued growing, patiently, peacefully, one beautiful moment at a time.